Let's get all sorted. I'm James.
And I'm Jeff. Today we head on down to platform 9 3/4 and hop on the Hogwarts.
Jeff, what are you doing?
Well, aren't we doing Lego Harry Potter?
No, we already did that. This time we're doing Lego hair.
Oh.
Hello, Jeff.
Hey, James.
Hello, listeners. If you're looking for show notes, anything like that for this week's episode, if we happen to mention anything, I don't know if we will, head over to BreakingDads.com.
BreakingDads.com.
BreakingDads.com. I feel like that was a solid sell. You should definitely head over there, and there might be nothing.
But there might be something.
There might be something. If, at the very least, you can also listen to the episode there, or you can listen through your device as you are, or you can head over to Podbean, where we have all of our episodes archived, and we also have our patron program. And a big shout out to our patrons. Thank you very much for supporting the show.
We really appreciate it. If you're listening to this and you're enjoying it and you feel compelled to head on over and support us, we really appreciate that. Otherwise, if you're enjoying it and you don't feel compelled to go on over there, you don't have to.
No, all you have to do is wear a hat to cover your hair that says all sorted, or do your hair in a big formation with a lot of hairspray in a fancy thing that spells out all sorted.
We're looking for hair billboards.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Hair boards.
Hair
That's,
boards.
I think, what they're called.
In the trade.
That's, if you read Variety, that's what they're always talking about.
The hair boards. So this week we're talking hair.
Yes.
Apparently.
I've never said the word hair that many times in rapid succession.
I know.
I don't think about hair a lot.
No.
My hair, I think about minifigure hair more than I think about my hair. I think that's fair to say.
I think if anyone saw a picture of us, they would agree.
Yes.
We're two fellows with not much hair and beards.
We have so little hair, yeah, we decided to put some on our face.
Yeah, and that's about it. That's as far as I go. I don't get fancy. There's nothing fancy happening here.
But we do want to give a quick shout out to Brothers Brick. Put up an article with the 10 best hairstyles, minifig hairstyles of 2017.
Yeah.
It's a great read. We'll have a link to that. There's a reason.
And we were planning on our Harry Potter episode, and those things joined in Jeff's head, and he went, hey, we haven't talked about hair.
We have not.
That's a good follow-up to Harry Potter.
And there's a lot of hair.
It's ridiculous.
So Lego, here's a fun fact for you. Hey, James, the Lego minifigure started in 1978. When do you think the first Lego minifig hairstyle appeared?
Probably a year after I was born. I think they chose that specifically.
1943?
Yes, they were like, you know what? It's been a tough war.
Yes,
they need minifigure hairs.
We won't do the minifigures yet. We'll do the hair.
No.
You're saying around the same time as the first minifig?
No, earlier.
Earlier. You would. It's almost like you're looking at a page.
It's almost as if
with the hairs on it.
I think the first ones that weren't for minifigs were my year of birth, which is I was like, oh, that's a long time ago. That's forever ago. But the first minifig one is, I think, the next year.
Well, it was 1975.
Ooh.
The proto minifig, the Legoland minifigure, debuted on the world stage. And they realized they could put hats on the men, but if they wanted to have a lady, they needed hair.
They needed hair.
Because women could not have jobs with hats in 1975.
Apparently not.
And so that's when the first hairpiece appeared, 3 years prior to the first minifig.
And then they don't really do much for a few years. They're like, no, we've got this covered now.
Yeah, they had pigtails for the ladies, because that's a grown-up look. Mm-hmm. And they had a really very conservative haircut in 1979, because, again, men were wearing hats until that point.
Yeah.
And, that was it.
You just needed to part your hair to the right. You're done. You're a dude.
Boom.
Man.
Are you bald? No. Here's some hair.
I'm going to take my hat off in public.
And it has a really nice pomade look, the 1979.
Just greased all up?
Yes.
But then, they waited in the 80s. They thought, hey, women don't all wear pigtails.
It's true.
So they thought, hey, we need some parted hair.
And they did. They gave us some long parted hair. And they said, we are golden now.
Yeah, we're good for at least a decade because we've covered the styles of the 80s. And then they literally waited 9 years.
And then I think they got some letters from women that said, hey, I actually don't part my hair in the middle or have pigtails. I like one ponytail out the back.
That's bananas, Jeff. 3 hairstyles in the course of 3 decades? That's absurd.
It's almost too much too quickly. The Lego The Lego world, I could see the boardroom. They were rocked when this was suggested.
People passed out. There was smelling salts. Water was given out.
Definitely there would be some commotion. They're like, no, we have hair for women already.
And then it seemed like they just did, 1994, they did the Hair Islander. I don't know what set that's from.
I think it might be from the Islanders sets. I'm not sure. With the pirates?
It could very well be.
It could very well be.
It could very well be. There's facts out there. I hadn't thought of which one that was from.
It's the Islanders. They have the bone. It has a spot to put the bone in it.
Oh, right.
Because
if
there's one thing Lego did really well in the 90s.
Well, yeah.
It was cultural appropriateness.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, look. In 1997, they came out with long hair and side braids and headband.
And headbands.
I wonder what that could be for.
I can't imagine.
But I bet they had noses.
And that's it. Oh, no, there was more in the 90s. Because we start in earnest. Hair really kicks off. Because Lego says, hey, we're going to do a whole pile of license things. And we need the money. And these minifigs need the hair. Because apparently it's not going to look like Star Wars people if they don't have the hair. And it's not going to look like Harry Potter people if they don't have the hair. So let's do the hair. And the hair never stopped at that point.
This is when a hair explosion, I think we could call it.
Hair explosion.
Not like Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial hair explosion. Like legit hair explosion. Legit hair explosion.
Legit. What?
Oh, man.
That's
a great sentence, isn't it?
There's a lot of devastating things that just happened there.
A lot of people call me a poet. And I think, that's not fair. And then I hear the words that come out of my mouth, and I'm like, you're right. Only a poet could say legit hair explosion with a straight face.
Oh, my gosh. Just tragedy. That's all that's here. So, really, 1999, 2000, and 2001, you get the most, all those Harry Potter ones.
In 2001, they released more different minifig hairstyles
than there had been.
Than they had done in the first 20 years of Lego minifigure hairstyles. That's a hard thing to say, Lego minifigure hairstyles.
And then they went, whoa. Somebody went, that's too much.
Slow your roll.
Slow down. So they released 2 more in 2002.
Because Vampires came out.
And then they had to wait 4 more years. Because they were like, you know what, that we've overdone it. We've just overdone it. I actually think they went, oh my God, this is costing us a lot of money.
They may have.
And then they came to their senses. And their financials sorted out, and then they went, okay, let's get back on that hair train, because the
hair train
with a hair train,
choo.
Because I hear a hair exploding, and let's hop on the hair train. Let's find out what's going on.
Or maybe somebody said, hey, this anime thing is really big.
That could also be it.
Maybe we need some anime style hair.
If you don't have anime style hair, you do not have anime.
You don't have hair.
No.
At that point.
There's no point.
And also, I think they also said, hey, Two-Face, very distinct hair.
We can't pull this off with just a yellow head.
No, we can't give him the guy haircut.
No.
And go, that's going to work.
Yeah.
Let's do it, they said. And they did. And lo, the world was good.
I like the names of the hairs. Hair half and half with black printed male half pattern. Hair angular swept sideways. Hair angular swept back. If I go to the hair cutter, what do you call them? Barber.
The hair cutter. No, the hair cutter.
And I said, hey, I want, what are you thinking you'd like to go with this time? And I'm like, well, I want to change it up. I'm thinking hair angular swept sideways. Would they know what I'm talking about? Would they be like, oh my gosh, do you mean 53981? I'd be like, yeah. And they're like, okay, do you want the coloration too? No, just the haircut. I think that's how that would go when I'm at the barber.
This would be a good time to shout out to Bricklink for listing all these hairstyles for sale.
Yeah. I can't imagine trying to sort these all out on my own.
No,
this episode would not have happened. I think I can say with full certainty.
And it is weird, the sort of ebbs and flows. It makes sense there'd be an explosion around licensing time.
Mm-hmm.
But after that 2001 explosion, they don't release a lot of hair. The 2 in 2002, then they take a big break. 3 in 2006, 2 in 2007. And at that point, they said, you know what? We're all in on the hair.
Yeah.
It's almost as if they realized people were buying sets for the minifigures alone.
Huh.
And the money they would invest in these molds for the hair would come back to them in droves.
It's hard to believe that's only really, 2008. It's boom. And that's really only 10 years ago. Like it was totally contradicts the earlier assertion after 2001, but it really does go quiet for most of...
It really does.
The next 7 years or so. And then... yeah, it's hard to believe it's been so little time with so many hairstyles.
And they start to realize they can do very unique characters. For example, in 2008, the hair spiked top with orange streak pattern. It only appeared on 2 different minifigures, and they're only 2 different minifigures because they changed the claw. It's Dr. Inferno from the Agents line.
Huh.
Because you can't have a villain without weird villainous hair.
No. Nothing says villain like villainous hair.
Villainous hair is the easiest way to tell if you're dealing with a villain, I think.
I like you get ponytail with long side bangs. Some of these, I feel like they've stuck with us.
Yes, some have become classics.
Then in 2009, you got the hair female mid-length with part over right shoulder. You know, that sticks with you. Hair swept back with widow's peak. I don't know if that one's stuck as much.
Oh, widow's peak is there.
It's there? Oh, yeah, I guess a
lot of Jokers have that widow's peak.
Yeah.
So it comes in some interesting colors. But yes, the hair female mid-length with part over right shoulder appears in 61 sets.
There we go.
58 different minifigures.
Wow.
And 2 different keychains. That's got some staying power is what that's got.
I don't think any are as classy though, Jeff. Hair with beard and mouth hole.
Absolutely. So
that's the look that maybe we should be using at the barber. I'm thinking hair with beard and mouth hole. And they're like, oh, perfect. We do that.
For sure. It's because in 2010, that is the start of the collectible minifigure series. So this is where the hair explosion, Hairmageddon, as it were, would come about.
That would be the end of hair. We're at just the beginning of hair, though.
I guess Hairmageddon would be...
Hairmageddon would be bad. We don't want Hairmageddon. There's no hair...
How about...
hair apocalypse?
No. It's the Big Bang Theory.
Oh, my God.
Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang.
Big Bangs.
Big Bangs Theory.
There we go.
No, that sounds wrong, Jeff.
No, I think that's what it's going to have to go down as now.
All right.
We're going to make that a thing. 2010, a whole lot of hair comes out, and it does not stop. Between the licensed hair, between the minifigure series. So let's pick out some of our favorites, as there's just too many hair released a year.
I think so.
To go anywhere with it.
I think one of the things I liked that they started doing was just having hair going in multiple directions. So like a lot of the part over right shoulder with this and that, and it hair is going to the left, hair is going to the right. It adds, hair tousled and layered. It's just the descriptions give you so much about the flow of things. It adds this whole tussling. It adds action. So even if there's nothing happening in the set, or it was kind of boring, or the minifigure's just standing there, the hair is tussled. It looks like it adds an action element, which is kind of a funny... I never really thought about it before, but it adds a lot of potential narrative and stuff. And it helps when you're selling the set that you don't just have to have the part vibrating on the box in some bad Photoshop, but you can, the hair tousled immediately goes, oh, it's windswept. There's something happening here. Trouble is amiss.
For sure. For example, if in 2011 you get your hair spiked top plane.
Yeah.
That's clearly a mad scientist.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, you look at the sets it's come out in, it is clearly a mad scientist. If you saw someone on the street with that haircut, you would think, that guy's got a secret lair somewhere.
He's awesome.
That's just going to happen.
2011, I think your hair explosion is it's out of control. There's the mohawks, there's top buns, there's flower patterns, there's some piratey dreadlocks with beards and dark red bandanas. There's so many things going on.
The other thing 2011 starts to see is that combo hat hair.
Yes.
Because it was very frustrating in the past when you had to choose whether you were going to have a hat or you were going to have hair.
Yeah, I like that you don't have to choose anymore. The hair combo, hair with hat, long wavy with black hat and buckle pattern. It's like some pilgrim kind of hat, or Westerners or something.
It came in one set, and it was Queen Anne's Revenge.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, so guess what? That hair, it's going to cost you some money.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's going to cost you some money.
Okay, I don't like it that much. I'm going to go back with minifig hair tousled.
You don't want to buy it for around an average price of $14.08 new?
Ouch.
$9.71 used.
That is...
For hair.
It's cool, though.
It's very cool. That's how they get you.
Well, I like in the 2012, they thought, okay, we done hats. Now what do we need to do? Well, we need to do ears and headphones and more ears. And like they just went to town now with this whole addition of other bits.
Thank you, Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, exactly. It's fantastic. And dude with headphones, there's some really cool sets. And then the women, is that a woman's cowboy hat?
Oh, which one are you looking at?
With braid pattern. Yeah, there we go. Cowboy with star and medium dark flesh hair in braid pattern. I don't know what set that's from.
Well, you click on it and find out.
I could. That would be too much. You're asking too much of me, Jeff.
I couldn't find it for the longest time. There's too much hair in 2012.
That is cowgirl. That's all it comes with. There we go. Of course it is.
One collectible minifig set.
Of course it is. Yeah, so like you said, those collectible minifigs, they added a huge amount of cool... This just gives you so much more if you are the... you got Lady Liberty, Wonder Woman. If you're trying to come up with something, they've just added so many wonderful things. So many colors, so many combinations.
And it's nice because your sig fig can grow and change.
Exactly.
You don't have to be confined to a conservative haircut anymore.
Thank gosh, we could finally get out of those haircuts. I was getting tired of it, Jeff. I was like, I got ponytails or a part right. I don't want that.
No?
No, it wasn't working for me. It's not me. It's just not me. I want straight cut fringe with gold laurel wreath pattern.
Yeah, because you remind me of sort of a Nero type.
Or hair long with curls, judge's peruke. I didn't know that's what that was called.
I did not know either. See, Lego.
Yeah.
Educational.
Looks like peruke.
But it is nice that you can have a judge that looks like a judge now.
Exactly.
If your judge looks like that.
If you want to have some flamboyant show trials, you've now got the judges to hold them.
2013, huge innovation in hair in that they finally had some guys that are going bald.
Yeah.
Right?
They're so complicated, the hair that's coming out at this time period.
But what I like about bald minifigs is they have a bigger head than not bald minifigs. Because they got to put the head on top of the stud, you know? I like that.
I like too. They got back to there's so many hats. You got a cowboy gambler style.
That one I like because I feel like if you were gonna do a mock of like an 80s glam rock band,
oh yeah,
somebody has to have that.
Yes,
and of course it only came in your Lone Ranger sets, the train chase, and the Silvermine shootout.
Of course it did.
Yeah,
totally. If you're gonna have, it's the best you're gonna get for your 80s glam, or not even what is it? Your 80s like hairband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there a difference between a hairband and a glam band?
Glam band was from the 70s, like early 70s. Like
more makeup.
More makeup. Way more makeup. Yeah. A lot more androgyny.
Same amount of drugs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But different degrees of androgyny.
Right. Okay, I could see that.
Minifig hair cavalry, so you get that one. That's cool.
Gotta have.
You get more Lord of the Rings. Those are just fantastic all around.
It gets exciting because there's just way too much hair.
There's a lot of types that are repeated though. So
for sure.
But I think if you had a specific style, we're getting to that point now where you're like, okay, I can at least get close enough.
Like 2014, we finally get a beehive. And I feel like
that was too long.
I agree. They really missed out.
And there was a lot that came out in 2014.
There was a lot that came out in 2014.
You get some wild style. You get some streaks.
Mm-hmm.
Female ponytail off center with magenta and medium mazur stripes pattern. I love the, it's like I'm reading like a biology textbook or something.
For sure. I enjoy the hair combo, hair with hat, hair and braid, and medium lavender cone with white ribbon pattern. It's princess hair.
It's princess hair, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not descriptive enough.
No. Some great stuff, though.
All that Lord of the Rings stuff was so cool. That added so much to the weird, mythical things that you could come up with on your own. For
sure. And adding a whole bunch of ears is nice. It's nice to have elves out in the world.
Yeah. It's nice to have elves out in the world.
If you're doing your Spock mock, you can get there now.
Exactly.
And that's a beautiful thing. A pith helmet with a ponytail.
You got it 2015. Thank you. We needed that.
It's about time.
But then you got also hair mid-length straight with gold crown pattern. You've got King, I don't know who that is.
Burger King.
You've got Burger King. But I'm thinking of like King Arthur. You've got all kinds of other things you can do now.
I like how I went fast food and you went...
I was going, oldie-timey.
Oldie-timey. That's exactly it.
Yeah. You got your dirtbag wizard cap, purple hair, mid-length scraggly with dark purple witch hat, floppy with orange patch pattern.
That's your scarecrow.
It's also just, like a guy named Phil that lives out back.
Yeah, I agree. Phil, what thinks he's a wizard. I like the minifig hair short, smooth.
Short.
It's sort of your...
what's his name from Scooby-Doo?
Exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. What is that guy's name?
Oh my gosh.
Like, I feel like we
Shaggy,
should know
Scooby,
that.
Velma.
It's
Freddy.
Freddy, that's it, right?
Oh my
Fred,
gosh.
of course. I call him Mr. Ascot.
Mr. Ascot. And I think beyond the theme sets that they started hitting more and more and more. Yeah, it's just colors and variations on those things, but they do start getting super specific. You're like, okay, we've got a Doctor Who, we've got a Freddy, we've got a when you see the hair, you think a very specific character, and it would almost be hard to use some of these hairs because you would be so tied to that character that the minute you put it on a minifigure, you're like, no, that can't be my elf because that's clearly so-and-so.
For sure, yes. Some of the licensed ones are so specific. I agree with you there. But they do give us some wins.
Well, there's the like slight widow's peak and short sideburns, top knot bun and fringe, spiked front.
I can't believe you just skipped right over the mullet.
The mullet. Was there one called mullet?
Hair long mullet style wrestling champion.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
24072.
There you go, wrestling champion.
Thanks, Collectible Minifigure Series.
Yeah, you've captured the 1980s.
For sure.
That there, you know what? In your whole like hair metal band, your Guns N' Roses out there doing their thing, and you've got a bunch of guys in the crowd
Mullets.
with hair long mullet style.
They need to get that recolored and out more places, so it's not just one color. They need to do that soon.
Exactly. A bunch of dudes standing around and watching that show. They're not dancing. They're just standing there, bopping their heads.
Yeah, because right now it's in one color, and you go to Bricklink, there are a lot of colors it's wanted in.
I can imagine. Oh, it's such a beautiful set, or a beautiful hairpiece.
Really is. I feel like there needs to be a more blondie one. The Disney princess ones, it's amazing how iconic Disney princesses are.
It is. Is that
Like-
top knot bun with fringe?
Yeah.
And center part and black ribbon tied in bow pattern?
Or hair female long, full with bangs swept to right side. You're like, oh, it's Ariel.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the ones where I'm like, you can't put that on anybody else.
I don't know, you're doing a Jessica Rabbit mock?
Ooh.
You know, little rotted rabbit?
That's true. That's true.
That is a lot of hair
That is so
in
much.
2016.
That is so much. It just doesn't
It
stop.
just goes for days and days and days. And it's nice now they've got buns for women, hair buns on the back, not your Princess Leia style on the sides.
And I do like that you see, like, you know, the hair swept back with Widow's Peak. You see now, like, these things happen in so many different colors. So they're, I don't know if it's just mold reuse or what, but
And that one's got the stripes, which is nice.
there's more variations on the same kinds of themes. So you got so many awesome hairstyles, but they're, yeah, okay, now like you can get it in blonde or in black or in whatever.
Yeah, Lego likes to reuse. So eventually
It'll come
they'll come back. They paid for the mold. They're going to get their money's worth out of it. That's kind of a rule. And in 2017, we finally get a flesh tone balding cap, and that's nice.
Yeah.
Thanks, Alfred. Batman's good for a lot of things. I do like the trend towards more messy hair, which is nice.
It adds a lot of character to him. There's battles happening. There's a lot of story that can be happening just by glancing at that hair. Oh, he's being knocked out.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
Hair tousled and sticking out on both sides. That hair has been tousled too much.
And it is nice we get a couple of police hats with hair sticking out.
Yeah.
So it's easier to have more feminine police officers.
Now, were those used in a lot?
Those would be used in, I think they're both Lego Batman sets. And 3 sets.
Oh, auto transport heist, bulldozer break-in, police station. Oh, it's in police station.
Yeah, so one city, one Batman.
Huh.
Different looking hats.
Right, because one's real and one's pretend.
Right.
I think that's what that is.
Very important. They did do a lot of pigtails, though, over the years.
Yeah, there does seem to be a pretty strict gender line between a lot of the hairstyles. Other than the mullet, it's hard to swap. I do remember now when my daughter got some of the Friend sets, we were doing some crossover hair stuff, and we were doing some of the hair bands.
Right.
With that.
With the long female hair, the feathered hair, yeah.
Yeah, because it looked pretty cool because it was better. It worked out better. So I guess you can cross it over a little bit. They're out in front of their tour bus. Yeah,
That's pretty good.
Hello, Detroit.
You need the feathered hair.
You do.
Like,
There's too much hair product.
you
in
can
there.
always tell the difference between the rock stars that use conditioner and the ones that don't shower.
Right.
There seems to be, it's like either the hair is everything or they happen to have hair.
Yeah.
And that's important. Remember out there, take care of your hair. It'll take care of you.
I like styles like hair wavy and wind blown to one side. That's good. That's so evocative. You've just gone out. You were having an important meeting. You've stepped out into the street. Whap! You've been hit with it. A lot still, like you said though. A lot of ponytails. A lot of hair pulled back with side section. Female swept sideways with ponytail. I don't know. That could be a dude. Like I don't know why that has to.
Yeah, there's definitely some crossover. Like minifig hair coiled and short. It's on a Black Panther character that happens to be female, but that could be a guy's hair.
Yeah, totally. That's good hair.
I think in our hard rock mock, we're going to do hair combo, long dreadlocks, gold Batman cowl, large floppy hat with bright green rim, and red splotch pattern. Your Rastafarian hat.
I have no idea which set you could be talking about with that lengthy description.
Yeah.
It's very, very, very precise.
That one for sure looks like it would be someone in the crowd.
That would be. Not as precise as...
Except the cowl, the Batman cowl kind of ruins it.
Yeah.
Kind of really.
It's a giveaway.
Kind of really limits what you can do with it.
Large, thick glasses with reddish-brown hair, parted and wavy, with bright green lenses, pupils looking forward pattern. Like, that's a fantastic description.
It's because there's all the ones from the previous year where the eyes are looking different directions.
Oh, that's true. I like you've got all the hair with hat, ponytail with red ball cap, with dark blue ball cap. That's like soccer mums.
For sure.
It's the
or just people out and about.
Yeah.
You know? Some days you don't want to do something with your hair.
No, why would you want to do that?
Throw a hat on.
The celebrity photographers might be waiting for you outside. Put a hat on. They'll never notice you. It's discreet.
Hat, sunglasses, grocery shopping's done. That's how we do it.
We need a couple of hair mail tousled with pearl dark gray and dark tan headset with microphone pattern.
Oh, that would make this easier.
We need a few of those.
Yeah. I do wish humans could change their hair with the same regularity and ease that minifigs can.
It's unfair. It's really unfair. They get all the advantages in life, Jeff. I'm
absolutely
so frustrated by it. This
is why we've given up on our looks.
No,
that's the reason.
We strive to be minifigures.
Right. I think there are some days I wake up and I have the articulation of a minifigure.
In the joints?
Yeah, the knees don't bend.
Yeah, no, that's 40, man. That's what happens.
Right.
You become minifigure.
You have become minifigure.
Oh, my elbows. You know, I like all the things that they've done with hair. There's so many cool things. There's so many specific things and weird things. I feel like they have really just scratched the surface on it. That we're going to see all those cool things that we liked, but we're going to see them in different colors. It really does seem to be the theme, like the licensed themes that brings us all the good stuff. So it just depends what licenses they pick up in the next while. I don't know. That's kind of where I'm feeling it.
I would say more licenses with real people's hair. Right. That's some of the Star Wars sets have been really good for crossover into city hair. Some of the Star Wars sets have been very specific, like Rey with her weird 3 buns in the back.
Right.
Or
the early Princess Leia one.
Right, exactly. That's very...
I know what that is. Mm-hmm. It can't be.
You can use it on a Princess Leia character or someone cosplaying as Princess Leia.
Yeah,
it can't pretty well
can't be the dude working at the video store. He's not going to have that.
Although that would be awesome now that I think of it.
That would be. Well, he's calling out.
Also, video store?
I don't know. Oh, right, because they don't have those anymore.
That's not a thing.
That's not a thing.
Not even in Alaska anymore.
I don't even know, Jeff. I don't even know.
The guy working at a desk at Netflix?
I haven't left the house since 1974.
That's a good point. The year before they came out with hair.
I don't know what else I'd want to see, though. I like the ones they did with hats. I'd like to maybe see more of those. Those are useful if you're building something. I think if you had a specific build in mind, that's where it would start driving you nuts. You'd be like, oh, but this is not quite exactly what I'm looking for. Or if you were doing a whole cavalry thing, that would drive you crazy because now, man, you need a lot of those specific ones.
For sure. Army building is sometimes very difficult.
I guess now you have options. Some only have hats and some have hats and hair. I guess that maybe adds a bit of differentiation. That could be nice.
Yeah, variety is the spice of life, and it is also the spice of crowds in your mock.
Yes.
I would say.
That's a lovely sentiment, Jeff.
I'm just killing it with the with the sentence structure today, haven't I?
I think, as in real, you're moving house here soon, so you're to be forgiven that you've been very busy packing boxes and putting Lego away. So your brain isn't thinking forward about Lego. That's going to be. It's about just like, oh, do I have to get down and put all this stuff into boxes now?
It's true. I have been thinking more of where the Lego will live.
Yeah.
As opposed to where it is currently living.
So you don't need words right now. Words are beyond you. You're in a primal state of moving.
I've moved beyond words. I've transcended words. That's why I've been really throwing down with the word usages.
Well, if you've got some favorite hairstyles over the years that you've enjoyed, or if you have some that you want to see, give us a shout over on breakingdads.com.
Breakingdads.com.
Breakingdads.com. I hope you've enjoyed it. Or you can go and shout at Jeff on Twitter. I'm going to get it, Jeff. I got it. At Still Sorting.
Nailed it.
I know.
Wow.
Like I'm a professional Twitter user.
It's almost like we've done this over 60 times.
It's ridiculous. Until next time, I've been James.
And I'm still Jeff.